So guys, today I just wanted to talk about the direction of what this channel is going in, as it's probably been a mystery to a lot of you for the past few weeks or so since I actually quit Rust. But we're not going to be talking about Rust today, we're actually going to be talking about the direction of the channel. So I've been following a game called Dead Frontier 2 for quite a while now. This game was actually announced all the way back in 2017, roughly around October time. And yeah, I've been following this game ever since it was announced back in October. But I did actually play the older ones as well, but they sort of flopped in the end because there was a lot of like pay to win sort of thing going on in the background, and the community didn't really like it, and a lot of people actually quit that game as a result of that. I think you could like literally go and buy a gun that had infinite bullets in it, so it sort of defeated the point of going around looting and, you know, like working your way up and like, you know, scrounging your money and sort of like, oh, where do I spend this? Do I spend this on meds? Do I spend it on food? Or do I spend it on ammo? You know, it didn't really feel like a zombie apocalypse game anymore, especially like a survival game. It just sort of ruined it. You don't really go buy guns with infinite bullets in a zombie apocalypse. It doesn't really make sense. So that kind of sucked, but the guy had to make money in the end of the day, and I don't think cosmetics were a big thing back then either, so yeah, fair play to him. But it did ruin the game, and he's promised not to do that one in this new one. He says it's going to be cosmetics only, and I think you could probably get some backpack extensions. I don't know how far that's going to go, if you can buy as many as you want, or if it's going to be like a limited thing where you can buy like, I don't know, 3 or 4 extra slots and that's all you get, and then the rest of it's just cosmetics. I don't know how that's going to pan out. Haven't really seen any posts about that, so yeah. But it wasn't always doom and gloom. The older game, the very first one, Dead Frontier 2D, was actually, yeah, that was the original one. It was a pretty fun game, you know. It had all of those elements without the pay to win. It was pretty fun. I think you could still buy stuff back then, but it wasn't as crazy as it is in Dead Frontier 3D. But yeah, the game definitely needed an update. It needs to catch up with the regular times, which it's done by making Dead Frontier 2. The older games, if you didn't know, were like a bird's eye view sort of thing. If any of you played the old Grand Theft Auto games, sort of like that, but better graphics. But yeah, I'll put an image on the screen now so that you can actually see what the game was like. I'll put a few actually, so you know, you get a rough idea. But yeah, don't let the quality of those pictures actually let you judge the game, sort of, so to speak. The game was actually fun regardless of how crappy the screenshots may look. If you actually played the game, you'd understand. It's got like a very addictive playstyle to it. I would say it's sort of like, if you guys have ever played like a tower defense game, you know, you survive one wave and then you're like, oh, can I do another one? Oh, can I do another one? Can I do another one? That's sort of like the feel that at least I had with that game. I always wanted to get better and better and better and level up and try and get to the harder zones and, you know, fight the harder bosses and stuff like that. So yeah, there was a lot of longevity in it, but obviously you could only get so far with the pay to win in the game. But enough about the old Dead Frontiers, we're talking about the new Dead Frontier, which is coming out, Dead Frontier 2. I think this game will actually be better than people are expecting, and I actually think it's probably going to be what DayZ, H1Z1, WarZ, all of them, what they was actually supposed to be. You know, this guy's put a lot of work into that. I've got high hopes for this game, to be honest. I feel like the developer actually has put a lot of time into this, that speaks for itself for the Reddit posts, if you can be bothered to read all of those. He spends countless amounts of time just replying to every single comment in there and puts a shit ton of work in, and I think he's pretty much a solo developer as well, and he's made a whole game from the ground up all by himself essentially. And yeah, he loves his project, and I feel like he's a really old school like hardcore fan of like the likes of Silent Hill and Resident Evil, like the old school ones though, where they were actually sort of scary, you know. They're not like the Days versions where they're just full on action, and that's all they care about. But yeah, we're not here to talk about Resident Evil, we're just here to talk about what this game sort of looks like, what sort of feel it's going for. Also, if any of you were wondering, this is Killing Floor 2 in the background. This isn't actually Dead Frontier, just in case any of you didn't know that. Just thought I'd put that out there.
So far, I've seen more human bloodshed in a reality TV show.
And apparently he's seen more human bloodshed in a reality TV show. Whatever that means. But yeah, guys. This is probably going to be the game that I'm going to be playing. I'll post some, well, sorry, I won't post. I will actually put some gameplay footage in this video that I actually got from the developer himself through a Reddit post yesterday. Actually just asked him for the raw 10-minute gameplay footage so that it will be as highest quality as possible. If any of you guys are actually interested in watching that, I'll post a link down in the description. So yeah, if you want to check out the full 10 minutes of the gameplay, then feel free to do so. Also, this isn't a promotional video, by the way. I'm just genuinely excited for this game to come out, and yeah, so if any of you like thinking, oh, you're a sellout, you're this, no, but yeah, we're gonna be I think I'm probably going to be playing that game, and I will show you a little bit of gameplay later on so that you get like some understanding of what type of game it is. I've talked about it before in previous videos, but yeah, I never really made a follow-up video to that, as yeah, it was kind of like a ways off of actually coming out, but it actually comes out on the 31st of August if any of you guys are interested in playing that. It looks like a pretty good game. It's like a survival zombie genre, like MMO sort of thing. It's kind of like Dying Light / DayZ sort of thing. There's going to be PvP, there's going to be like multiple weapons and multiple classes to pick from and stuff like that. It's went for like a really like dark atmosphere sort of thing going, like it's really creepy. It sort of reminds me of like the old school Silent Hill and / Resident Evil games, if any of you guys ever played those. But if you didn't play those, then they're sort of like, they've got lots of horror elements and like jump scares and stuff like that, and you know, it keeps you on edge. I don't know if there'll be any jump scares in this game, however, as obviously it's MMO, and that sort of stuff, if it was implemented, would sort of get repetitive, as you guys can probably understand. But yeah. Well, I'll quickly change over to some background footage now of Dead Frontier 2, the new game, which is coming out. Some of the gunplay is a bit janky, you know, there's a few issues here and there, but they'll probably get, you know, ironed out later on in development once the game's released. And if any of you are actually wondering the release date, it's the 31st of this month, so it's August, by the way. So if any of you guys want to play, I believe it actually fully releases at 10 AM that very same day. That's GMT time, by the way. Also, this game is free to play, so I'll put a link down in the description of the Steam thing if you guys want to wishlist it or like pre-download it. I don't know if that's going to be a thing when it comes out, but I'll just put it there just in case you guys are interested. So, this is the new menu system that they've got going on. It's kind of different from the first Dead Frontier. There's no graphical like animations for each individual item either, but I'm sure that will get added later on in development as well. But overall, I think the gameplay looks pretty solid as like a start game. You know, it looks relatively fun the way it's set out at the moment. You know, it's going to be great work on the melee animations, by the way. They look pretty sick. They look really satisfying when you like kill the zombie and stuff. And yeah, I just wanted to quickly say that. But I think there's going to be like a few dungeons and stuff we can do. There's a few boss battles. There's a few quests as well which are available, so when this game comes out there'll actually be a lot of things to do initially. You know, there's a few fast travel options as well. I don't know how I feel about that with the cars and stuff. Like, all you have to do is walk up to them and click on them and they take you to a different area of the city. Some people are having a debate of whether or not it sort of like takes away that value of travelling a long distance like you used to have to in the old game, where you reach a certain point, you know, and if you die while travelling to this certain like other city from safe zone to safe zone, it sort of like gets rid of like that feeling of like, oh shit, I could die at any minute and I get reset and I have to go back to the safe zone which I originally started at. And some of these journeys would take you like half an hour to get to another city, so yeah, I don't know how I feel about the fast travel system. Eventually the developer wants to actually get drivable cars in the game, and I think once that happens it'll be pretty cool, because there's obviously a lot of shit and debris in the road, and it'll make for interesting gameplay, you know, like zombies trying to drag you out the car and shit while you're driving through the streets, and yeah. The game is limited to 8 players only in one instance, so what that means is basically you can only bump into 7 other players while you're playing the game yourself, and I think the maximum capacity to a full party size is 4 people, so yeah. There is going to be PvP in this game as well, so obviously that's going to be down to 4v4s, and I think what you can do is fight over zones or like safe zones, so like a clan will battle another clan, say, to like take over a certain safe zone in the city, and like they can charge, like, I think they get taxes from like the market exchanges, so like if you were to sell like your bullets or something for say $17, they would get like a percentage of that, so let's say $3 or whatever, but obviously that all adds up the more sales that are getting done in that particular city, so that's pretty cool how they can do that. Obviously I don't think it's going to be too OP for clans, because I'm just guessing here, but I'm guessing that it's going to be 4v4s and stuff like that, so whichever clan obviously does like is better at PvP is obviously just going to be the main tax holder in all of this, so yeah, should be pretty fun to see how that all plays out. But I'm probably just going to be more interested in the PvE side of things, trying to like beat the bosses and stuff like that. Sort of see what kind of goodies I can get in the land of Dead Frontier 2. But yeah, guys, so that's hopefully what I'll be doing in the future for my game, obviously. So this will probably become a Dead Frontier 2 channel. I hope the game turns out as good as I'm expecting it to be. Yeah, this is the direction of my channel if you haven't already guessed that. But anyway, guys, I hope you've all enjoyed this video. I know it's been a bit of a different one, but I just thought I'd give you guys a little bit of an update on what's going on. So yeah, Have a great weekend, guys, and I will catch you all in the next video. Peace, guys.